You hate Gabi Braun. The Attack on Titan fandom has spent years calling her annoying, brainwashed, a murderer who killed Sasha. But here's the truth. Nobody wants to admit. Gabi IS Eren Yeager, same propaganda, same rage, same mission to save her people. The only difference? You watched Eren's story from the inside. You're watching Gabi's from the outside. And that's why you can't forgive her. This is the psychology of the child soldier. The tactical breakdown of how propaganda turns children into weapons. By the end of this video, you're going to understand something devastating. Every reason you love Eren is the exact reason you should love Gabi. And every reason you hate Gabi proves we never understood Eren at all. Let's dissect the mirror. Gabi Braun at age 12 and Eren Yeager at age 12 are the same person, not similar, not comparable, identical. Both watched their home destroyed. Both saw people they loved murdered in front of them. Both were told that the enemy are devils who want to exterminate their race. Both believed it. Both dedicated their lives to genocide as revenge. Here's what Marley told Gabi. The Eldians on Paradise Island are devils. They're monsters who will activate the rumbling and destroy the world. You must kill them before they kill you. Your family will only be safe if you become a warrior and prove your loyalty. This is your only path to freedom. Here's what Paradise told Eren. The Titans beyond the walls are monsters. They're mindless beasts who want to devour humanity. You must kill them all before they kill you. Your family will only be safe if you join the Survey Corps and fight. This is your only path to freedom. Do you hear it? Word for word, the same script. Different enemy, same lie. The echo should terrify you. But here's the difference in their motivation. Eren was driven by freedom, a force of nature, unstoppable, uncontrollable. He wanted to break every chain. Gabi was driven by approval. She's a system product. Marley told her, you're a devil, but if you're a good soldier, you can be forgiven. She didn't just want to kill the enemy, she wanted to prove she deserved to exist. Eren fought for freedom. Gabi fought for permission to live. Both were child soldiers, but Gabi's chains were invisible. Self-hatred, shame, the desperate need to be seen as one of the good ones. And that made them harder to break. Let's talk about how you create a child soldier. Step 1. Trauma. You need a catastrophic event that shatters their sense of safety. For Eren, it was watching his mother eaten alive. For Gabi, it was the Mideast War and the attack on Liberio. Trauma makes the brain desperate for control, for answers, for someone to blame. That's when you move to step 2. Step 2. Give them an enemy, not a complex geopolitical situation. Not a nuanced historical conflict. A simple, clear, evil target. For Eren, it was the Titans. For Gabi, it was the Island Devils. The enemy must be dehumanized. They're not people with families and fears and dreams. They're monsters. Vermin. Threats to your existence. This is how you bypass empathy. This is how you make murder feel like justice. Step 3. Give them a mission. Tell them they're special. Chosen. The only one who can save their people. For Eren, it was inheriting the Attack Titan and activating the rumbling. For Gabi, it was becoming the Armored Titan and proving Eldians are loyal. The mission gives them purpose, identity, a reason to keep living when the trauma says to give up. And once they accept the mission, they're yours, puppet strings attached. Now let's compare what they actually did. Eren at 15 joined a military organization, underwent combat training, and participated in missions that killed enemy soldiers and civilians. He justified it as necessary for humanity's survival. Gabi at 12 joined a military organization, underwent combat training, and participated in missions that killed enemy soldiers and civilians. She justified it as necessary for humanity's survival. Still think they're different? Eren killed Titans. Then he killed human soldiers. Then he killed civilians in Liberio. Then he activated the rumbling and killed 80% of humanity. Millions. Billions. Gabi killed enemy soldiers in the Mideast War. Then she killed Sasha Blouse, a soldier who had just attacked her city. One person, one soldier, in a war. And the fandom calls Gabi the monster. Do you see the problem yet? Here's what you're thinking right now. But Eren had a reason. Eren was defending his people. Eren didn't have a choice. Let me ask you something. Did Gabi have a choice? She's 12. She was born into an internment zone. She was told from birth that she's a devil, that her people are hated, that the only way to protect her family is to die for Marley. She's a child, in a fascist state, with a gun to her head. Where's her choice? You hate Gabi because she killed Sasha. I get it. Sasha was beloved. Funny. Human. But let's be tactical about this. Let's use military realism. Gabi witnessed what she perceived as a terrorist attack on her home. From her perspective, the Survey Corps were enemy combatants who had just slaughtered civilians in Liberio. She grabbed a rifle and returned fire at an active military target. That's not murder. That's combat engagement in active war zone. Here's the brutal truth. If Gabi hadn't pulled that trigger, Sasha would have kept pulling hers. In war, the guilty party isn't the one who kills. It's the one who isn't on your side. We don't hate Gabi for killing Sasha. We hate Gabi for not being on our team. And that's exactly how propaganda wants us to think. Here's the psychological trick that broke our brains. We experienced Eren's story from his perspective. We saw his mother die. We felt his rage. We understood his fear. The narrative made us empathize with him before he became a mass murderer. So when he committed genocide, we'd already invested in his humanity. We were inside his head. We forgave him because we understood him. But Gabi? We met her as an enemy. We saw her through the eyes of the Survey Corps. We saw her kill Sasha before we understood her trauma. The narrative made us hate her first and humanize her later. We were outside her head. And that's why we can't forgive her. Not because her actions are worse, but because we saw them from the wrong angle. This is the power of perspective. This is how propaganda works on us. We're wired to believe not in truth, but in the story. And we worship whoever tells us that story first. Here's what makes Gabi's story more important than Eren's. Gabi broke free, and she had help. Falco Grice was Gabi's conscience. The voice that said stop when the world said kill, he was there early. Before the hatred consumed her completely. Before she became the monster. Eren didn't have a Falco. He had Armin and Mikasa, but they came too late. Armin kept saying we can talk about this, but Eren had already transformed into the devil. By the time they tried to pull him back, he was too far gone. Falco reached Gabi while she was still a child, still drowning in hate, but not yet lost. Armin reached Eren when he was already a god of destruction. Gabi's fortune was Falco. Eren's tragedy was loneliness. Gabi had a mirror. Someone who showed her she was wrong without hating her. Eren had only enemies and enablers, no one in between. She lived with the island devils. She saw they weren't monsters. And then came the miracle. Sasha's family forgave her. Sasha Blouse's father looked at this child soldier and said, "We have to get the children out of the forest." When Sasha's family forgave Gabi, the cycle breaker wasn't Gabi, it was the victim's family. This is the miracle that never happened for Eren. No one forgave him. No one showed him there was another way. No one pulled him out of the forest. Gabi unlearned the propaganda. She chose a different path. She stopped the cycle. Not alone, but with help, with forgiveness, with a Falco, with a Blouse family. Eren never had that. Eren doubled down. He saw the humanity of his enemies in Liberio and decided to kill them anyway. Gabi escaped the forest because someone extended their hand. Eren burned the forest to ash because the only thing holding his hand was revenge. So here's the truth the fandom doesn't want to hear. Gabi Braun is a better protagonist than Eren Yeager. Not because she's morally superior, but because she represents the harder story. The story of unlearning hate, of questioning everything, of choosing empathy when the world taught you violence. Eren's story is about succumbing to radicalization. Gabi's is about surviving it. Which one matters more? You hate Gabi because she's a mirror. She shows us what Eren actually was. A child. Brainwashed. Traumatized. Turned into a weapon by forces he couldn't control. And if we can't forgive Gabi, then we never really understood Eren. We just fell for the same propaganda he did. We picked a side. We dehumanized the enemy. We justified the violence. Congratulations. We're Gabi. We're Eren. We're the child soldier. And the story was trying to warn us the whole time. So here's your tactical homework. Go back and watch Gabi's scenes. But this time, replace her with 12-year-old Eren. Every word she says, every choice she makes, every moment of rage and grief and propaganda. Ask yourself, would I forgive Eren for this? If the answer is yes, then you owe Gabi an apology. And if the answer is no, then maybe we never understood this story at all. The mirror doesn't lie, it just shows us what we refuse to see.